wabarakatuh. I'm Ira Wardani. For this time, I will explain about second language learning and teaching with technology, especially in the area of social networking or SN. SN is one aspect of social media which has a broader focus on creating and disseminating information to others. Social media can be categorized into 6 categories. First, social networks, for example, Facebook and LinkedIn. Second, bookmarking sites, for example, Daily News and StumbleUpon. Third, social news, for example, Reddit. Fourth, media sharing, for example, Instagram, YouTube, and Flickr. Fifth, microblogging, for example, Twitter. Sixth, blogging, for example, particularly common and forum. There are several theoretical approaches associated with the use of SN tools into the classroom in language learning. For educators or teachers who are interested in combining aspects of SN with their students in classroom learning, it is important to remember the current theories and pedagogical stance that underlie language learning with technology. First, technological approach. Technological theory is a theory that Pleat 2008 described as a development stage consisting of exploratory and descriptive studies. This type of study aims to assess the potential benefits of a particular tool. They also discuss how these tools can change the perception of traditional learning in the classroom. Consistent with Blaine's claims, research like this is beneficial for teachers who wish to use particular social networking tools and pave the way for future research in the field of social networking. Second, psycholinguistic approach. Psycholinguistic approach to language acquisition are focused on the importance of social interaction and attention. For example, Long's interaction hypothesis states that language development is caused by person-to-person communication and the linguistic interaction that occur. Such an interactionist approach seems appropriate as a basis of exploring the role of SN tools in language learning, given its emphasis on connecting learners to provide increased input, engage in negotiation of meaning, and require output. Third, socio-cultural approach. A socio-cultural approach based on Vygotsky work is suitable for studying the process of language acquisition because of its emphasis on interaction within the learning community. Language and social interaction play a role in human development and function as cultural practice that can lead to the construction of knowledge shared by members of society. In terms of how this can contribute to social networking, virtual connection with others, learners, and experts around the world have the potential to provide many benefits. And the last approach is ecological approach. Van Leer, 2004, advocates an ecological approach in which content not only matter but is also essential to understanding the dynamic interrelationship between various personal and environmental factors. In this approach, students act and interact with their environment. So, the conclusion about my explanation is the technological approach includes studies that report on new technology as they move from use in society to their pedagogical application in the classroom, as well as how teachers and students react to their use. The study was driven by psycholinguistic theory, integrated interaction, and additional temporal hypothesis. Sociocultural research based on Vygotsky theory of social learning within community looks at how learning is mediated in such a context. An ecological approach, this approach seeks to consider the entire context of a project and examining how all parts of the learning environment, such as a student, teacher, environment, and technological tools, working together to form a whole. Each of these four approaches to language learning is examined in turn to explore how SN fits into them. I think enough my explanation. The next material will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
I will continue. The material is about incorporating social networking tools in the classroom. I should be clear from the foregoing, the case for incorporating social media into our language classes is compelling. Not only can these sites be used to share classroom resource, news, and work, but they have also been shown to foster greater students engagement and as emerging evidence indicates linguistic gains as well. With that in mind, the sections address key consideration incorporating social networking tools in the language classrooms. So there are some types of there are some types of social networking sites. The first is Edmodo. Edmodo is education-oriented sites, shares layout of popular social networking sites. The second is Facebook. Facebook is online social networking service originally designed for college students but now extended to general populations. The third is Google Hangout. Google Hangouts bring conversations to life with photos, emoji, and even free group video calls. And after that is GroupMe. GroupMe is a mobile group messaging app owned by Microsoft. And then Instagram. Instagram is online photo sharing, video sharing, and social networking service that enable its users to take a picture and videos. And after that, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a business oriented social networking service with similar functionality to Facebook. And after that is Pinterest. Pinterest is a visual discovery tool that people use to collect ideas for their different project and interests. And then Podomatic. Podomatic is a website that specializes in the creation of tools and services that enable users to easily find, create, distribute, promote, and listen to both audio and video podcasts. And then Snapchat. Snapchat is a mobile app that lets users take photos and short videos, and then the user decide how long that will be visible once upon up to 10 seconds. And after that is Twitter. Twitter is an online social networking and microblogging service that enable users to send and read short 140 character text message. It goes by tweets. And then voice tweet. Voice Threads is an interactive collaboration and sharing tool that enables users to add image, documents, and videos and to which other user can add voice, text, audio files, or video comments. Okay, the next material is about key considerations when using social networking sites. The first is ownerships or codes of conduct. As a teacher, especially if teaching in online or hybrid environment, it's important to establish codes of conduct so that students know to how to behave in social networking sites while they are in a course. A good place to begin would be to check with the institution to see what guidelines for social network conduct are already in place. As an educator, we can work from those guidelines and supplement with specific guidelines for the course. And the second is privacy. Students need to be made aware of and reminded of privacy issues, especially since what constructed as a classroom today is often archived and available for public viewing. Classroom space, whether within the traditional four walls or in cyberspace, are now public space, and students should be aware that comments and posts are potentially archived and can impact hiring and future references. The last is accessibility. Accessibility is about faculty member must be prepared to accommodate diverse students' needs, especially with regard to students with disabilities and accessing material online. The next material is about looking to the future of social networking. There are three emerging trends that will likely characterize the future of social network, both in personal and in educational setting include. The first is about a move towards mobility. There is already a push towards mobility in language learning demonstrated by the increased attentions. The second is about young people are migrating away from Facebook in favor of more ephemeral applications such as Instagram and Snapchat. And the third is about predicted trend will be reductions of text and corresponding increase in image as well as increased use of hashtags. I think that's all about our material. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.